Hey guys, so this is Heat 4 of the women's 100 meters as we advance to the finals as well as semifinals to finals. This is the next athlete that I really want to talk about, and I will make a separate video in the future about her. She's becoming one of my favorite athletes. I think, her versatility is what makes her great. From 400 to 200 now to even 100, she is an all-around athlete. Not a lot of people could say that. She competed in the 400, got some couple of bronze medals behind Shawnee Miller-Weeble and Allison Felix, and then she came down and ran the 100 meters, which she became very good at it also. And then now she is the second fastest athlete after Flojo, who is the world record holder, current world record holder still since 1988. Shericka Jackson has done so much for the sport so far, and I think she's the only athlete right now I could honestly say, besides Elaine Thompson-Herah, that could challenge the world record of 21:34. I think when we get to the 200, I think she's gonna drop something extremely sick. Either a 21:39 later on in the season, because I know they still have Diamond Leagues and all that stuff going on further after the World Championship Budapest. But I think, like I said, you could hear this now. Either Shericka Jackson might run a 21:39 or a 21:40 to win the women's 200 meters for the final in the 200, because I want to make sure people understand. And I remember they talked about this in the press conference, that Shericka Jackson had probably one of the best response, because she literally mentioned, she said that a record is a record and nobody should be testing it. If the record wasn't real, then everybody would have been breaking one. The record is there for a reason. It's just same we could say about when Usain Bolt set the record in the 100 and the 200. Still this day, nobody has touched Usain Bolt record because of how significant it is, to show how much perfect race that you have to run to get to that level. Just like the women's 4x1, London 2012, when they did that. Still this day now, it's been 11 years now since the world record has been standing. Some has got close to it, but still, that record was so significant because the amount of team effort, the chemistry that came in just to make the world record happen. It's not just a fluke when a record has been standing for a long time. And like I said before, people could fight me on it, Flojo's record is legit, and that to not see how legit it is, some people gotten closer to it. Elaine Thompson got the Olympic record, as well as she is the second fastest athlete after Flojo. Now Shericka Jackson is now aiming at something that nobody would have thought that was possible. But the fact that she is doing that, people need to understand how significant those records were and how important it is to have records that are harder to break, because you need to work to get to that level. So let's watch the women's Heat 4, which features Shericka Jackson.
7 heats in total.
There she is.
At this distance. As Shericka gets introduced to the crowd, I'm sorry to say it, Ruby won't beat her. It's just the way it is. She has been extremely dominant.
Who I haven't seen, which is in lane 6, Michelle Lee. I haven't seen her that much, but I'm happy that she's made it to the Budapest World Championship. She's also a very good athlete as well. But like I said, this quality field you see here, Shericka Jackson is just going through the phase just to get to the final, which the final was going to have the heavy hitters.
We'll get to it when we get to the 200s. I think she's going to have a legitimate shot. Quote me on this. Yep.
And see, Otto Bolton said the same thing. A lot of people thought this record was not possible, but the fact that she's now the few athletes that could run a 21.4. Last year she ran a 21.45. And if she runs anything faster than that before this year end, I would not be surprised. Okay? I would not be surprised. And I think she has so much in her that I think, and you guys could agree on me on this, if Sha'Carri decided one day to get faster, in order for her to do that, I would love for her to do some 400 speed workout and then step down to the 2 and then run the 100. That way that builds up her stamina and that holds her top end speed if she runs more 200, so when she jumped down to the 100 she could last her momentum much faster and endure it much longer. So with the front mechanics that she has, that would be even more crazy. Okay, let us continue.
At Florence Griffith Joyner's 21.34 that has been there since 1988. Just remember this, okay, when we get to the time for the 200. But now,
this is amazing.
Let's focus on her 100.
Alright, let's see this.
Rosa is on the inside. Keep an eye in lane 4 on Germany's Luken Kemper. Natasha Ngoye Kambi of Congo is inside. Michelle Liai of Trinidad and Tobago, who is inside Jamaica's Sharika Jackson. This should be all Sharika Jackson in 7.
Alright. She's out.
P4 of the women's 100.
You see how she got out?
Bright yellow top of Sharika
See,
Jackson.
that form reminded me of Elaine. The way she just did that, she just power walked everybody.
And she is already in management mode.
Damn.
Looking over
11.06.
No problem for Sharika Jackson in a very comfortable 11.06. Cruisy. So it was.
So look at that. So Sharika Jackson 11.06. IE plus 113. And then everybody else follows after that. This was a breeze.
Minus 1.0 meters per second wind in her face. 11.06. And she handled this fourth heat very comfortably. As soon as she got to the lead, which she got early, she was in cruise control. Michelle Liai of Trinidad and Tobago gets a season's best for second. Luken Kamper of Germany up for third. And those three will be the automatic qualifiers from this heat 4 of 7. Check this out and watch how early Jackson lets off the throttle. Well, look, she's coached by the guy I think is the greatest coach, certainly in the short sprint on the women's side, Stephen Francis. He does not have athletes show up to
That's crazy. That is crazy.
She left the World Championships last year with a silver.
Like I said, Sharika Jackson is barely trying. She's just trying to get there. That's literally what she's trying to do.
That she is feeling better this year. Her 100 is faster, and her 200 is not too far off.
She looked poised. She doesn't care,
like
bro.
Fred Curley started in the 400, got the bronze like Fred Curley in Doha at the World Championships at 400, and then said, okay, I have given that enough of my efforts in the 100.
And that's the next person I would love to see. I think she's in heat qualifier 4, which she gets the automatic Q. Talu, I think she was in heat 3, so I think Talu went in. She just had to wait to see who was getting into her qualifying round. But like I said, guys, this was everyone heading to the final, including Talu made it to the final as well. She just had to wait to see what is her qualifying rounds. And now, guys, as we close out for each person that has jumped into the final tonight, we're gonna cover the women's 100 meters final, and then we will jump into the men's hurdles as well as the women's hurdles, the 400 meter hurdles, because I think I love the hurdles as well. So we're gonna jump into that. We'll jump right into their finals. The final for the 400 hurdles, and then the 400 hurdles for the women's, and then we will jump back into the 200 meters, and then we will start jumping back into the other events that we were missing. And then the last event we're gonna cover is the 4x1 and the 4x1 for the women's and men's, and the 4x4 for the men's. and I'll talk a little brief about the 4x4 for the women's and to see what happened. Like I said, this is an amazing event. All the athletes are bringing their best A game, and I think that whatever that's about to happen in the 100 meters for the women's final is going to be a treat. I can't wait to see it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right.